Who are the lollygaggers in the lobby? Who are the lobby lollygaggers? Did everyone get their pictures? How did they come out? You haven't seen them? How do I look? Is my hair okay? That's all I care. That's all I got. Thank you. How was everybody's lack of an hour? Did you miss that hour last night?
Yes, very much.
I did too.
I missed it this morning.
You missed it this morning. I don't know when it was. Were there riots going on in the street outside your hotel last night at like 3 in the morning? There were riots. I don't know what was happening. I think they were overthrowing the state. I don't know. People were, they lost though. Bilbao lost. So they go out the street and go, In Chicago, we would turn over cars and shoot guns in the air when we won. Well, what didn't we cover yesterday that we can cover today? High question, girl. How much fun would Gertie have had here? She would, yeah. Gertie would have loved to hear. Gertie, my dog. She would have loved it here. It's straight. I was saying to Peter, though, he doesn't believe me, though. I think all the dogs here look a little different. Like they have a different. They're different than American dogs. European dogs are a little different. They're a little shaggier. They've got a little more attitude. They're like, I don't need a haircut. Let this grow. Like, I saw a beagle that had a really shaggy tail, and they kind of go, roof. They have an accent and everything. But she would have liked it. There's lots of things to pee on here. She likes to pee on things. Gertie is a lesbian too. I should say that. I'm very proud of her. I'm proud of my gay dog. But she likes the girls a lot. Yes. Gay dog power. Hashtag gay dog power. I'm very proud of her. Yes, she's molested a number of women in my life, which is why she sleeps in a crate. She's fine. But she would have a good time. Anybody else have a question or anything you would like to talk about this morning? Everyone's quiet. Why are you all quiet now? You haven't had your coffee.
Yeah, 2 coffees.
You had 2 coffees?
Yeah.
I actually had a coffee this morning. That's how tired I was, because I don't do coffee usually. But I had to have coffee. Pia's really upset. She's storming out. She's leaving. She's coming up to make a speech.
I'm blaming you for my hangover.
Why? Because I poured the wine too heavy?
Yes. You kept
I didn't
filling
make
up
you
my
drink
glass.
it.
But you kept filling it up.
I kept filling it up. Well, that's what a good host does.
Yeah.
Can't let you go with half a glass. Oh, I'm sorry for your hangover then. I apologize. Is anybody else blaming me for their hangover this morning? No one to blame but myself.
Yeah, I think I blame myself mostly. But a small bit of it's you.
Smaller than me.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
But my question.
Yes.
Do you have any plans to do more theater?
I do. I have some plans that I'm not allowed to. I was hoping I would be cleared to announce something to you all, something really cool going on in the fall, but I'm not allowed to yet. But there's something really good coming up, something I'm really excited about that I've been wanting to do since I was a kid. So that will be happening this fall, and I will announce it to you all as soon as I am allowed to. That I was told specifically, keep your trap shut, because they know me, and I like to blab and things I'm excited about. But something cool theater-wise is coming up for me that
Are you allowed to say which part of the fall?
No.
No. I'm traveling to US.
Oh, you are?
In the fall, so.
It will be in the U.S.
Oh.
in the fall sometime. But I will let you know. I really wish I could tell you guys because it's really exciting. But I will let you know as soon as I can.
Because I want to come and see when you were doing 12 Angry Men.
On 12 Angry Men?
Yeah. And I was actually in the US, but I was in New York.
Oh, you're in the wrong coast.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did go see Randy.
Did you get to see Randy's play? Oh, good.
Yeah. And also when he did the Quan thing.
Oh, Quan.
Yeah.
Did you go to QuanCon?
Yeah.
Did anybody else go to QuanCon here? Yeah. You went to QuanCon? They're really talented. Jen Harris was in it with them.
Yeah.
Stayed with me for about a month this past winter. She's an old friend of mine too. She's super talented. Isn't she awesome?
Yes.
She's amazing. She's great. And Matt Wilkes as well. They're a really talented group of people.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to see that. Did you go? Now, what did you do at QuanCon? You sat in on rehearsals.
Yeah.
Watch them do a little something.
Yeah.
Autographs.
Photos.
Yeah. So funny.
Yeah. My friend organized it. So.
Who did? We.
Actually, sorry, she's not here now.
Oh.
I tried to like promote her, and then she's not here.
Well, that's what you get for not coming here. The brilliance of me. She doesn't get that kind of shouts. Well, cool. Has anybody else seen Randy on stage? Have you gone to see Randy on stage?
Harbor.
Or Gail? You saw Harbor?
Yep.
They're all so good. We need to get Peter Page back on stage. He's awesome on stage too. But he's a big producer now. He doesn't have time for the theater anymore. Well, I hope when I am finally able to announce stuff, I hope it will excite everybody and you'll all be able to come see it because I think you're going to love it.
So it's gonna be
Is that-
LA.
It
You're not
won't be
allowed to
Los Angeles.
It won't be.
I'll say that.
Okay.
It's not going to be Los Angeles. So right, 17.
Just a really silly question. I was looking at pictures and notes and noticed that three of you, well, Gail, Scott, and Peter, all have glasses, and you're the only one without glasses.
I am.
When can we expect that?
Do you,
You will be the...
is it something you demand of me?
Well, sure, yes.
Do you like glasses better on guys? Do you really? I do. I will admit that I did buy my first pair of readers last year. And I've used them, and I wore them in 12 Angry Men when I did 12 Angry Men. I wore them in that film, The Better Half. That I don't know where it is yet. I wore them in that. I haven't worn them in my real life. I don't know. I have good gene pool. I can still see things. And when I use them sometimes, I get worried. Maybe I'm wrong, but I read with them, and I feel like I kind of need them, but I don't really need them, and I'm worried that I want to exercise my eyes, so I don't use them. But if you think they're cooler, I'll get fake ones. And wear them. I'll just keep poking sticks in my eyes and see what damage I can do. Thank you, though. That was a great question. Now she's leaving. She's running out after that, and she's so mad. I'll get glasses, I swear! Sorry, don't leave me! Oh, my life, this is how it goes.
She just loves
I
British
know.
typing. Just to have a quote in it.
I know. I get a job at the library, too.
That was my no, because recently as preparation for today and yesterday,
Yeah.
I saw the second season, and you are sick, not you, well, you are
I'm
as a
sick.
person and singing.
Oh, singing.
Ted
You're sick.
Ted is
Oh, Ted
starting
singing?
an opera someday, wasn't he? And that was a big surprise because everybody, when I watched it, I was like, oh no, don't give me that shit. Ted just sang around a little bit in the house and now he's a big opera star. It turns out that he's a waiter. Sorry, spoiler.
Oh.
And the singing waiter scene.
Now I don't need to watch it.
Yeah. Well, sorry for that. No, and then now my question. Did you ever, because I love singing myself,
Uh-huh.
and have you ever tried to play an instrument, making music in your spare time? Or a singer for yourself?
I did, well, when I was growing up, like ultra high, I played the French horn.
Is it the post horn?
That's
or is
the
it
big
oh, no.
round, you'd stick your
Yeah.
hand in its butt and play it like that. That's how I prepared for first boat. Yeah, I played the French horn, elementary school through high school. And that was good. I went to music camp, See, I don't need glasses. I'm nerdy enough with that class. I don't know why she needs the glasses too. It's a little overkill. I went to music camp, and I was good. I was in the New Haven Youth Symphony Orchestra, and then my sister is a protege piano player. She's one of the best piano players I've ever heard. My brother played trumpet, but my mother was so mean to us all. Oh, this is being recorded. No, she was. She knows. She was so mean to us and really like made us practice all the time. That by the time we all got to college and got to leave the house, we all ended up stopped playing our instruments because it was such a burden to kind of keep up with it. And I miss it now because I really love playing it. And then I did a lot of musicals in high school. Again, how did I end up on a gay show? So I used to sing all the time, and then my college that I went to didn't do any musicals, so I didn't sing all throughout college. And then when I went to Chicago, I only did one musical in all my 11 years in Chicago. This musical called Assassins, which is a Stephen Sondheim musical that he wrote about all the people who try to kill our presidents. It's a very funny, dark musical. And I played John Wilkes Booth, who killed Abraham Lincoln. And
So you already played some dark songs.
so I already played some dark songs, and I had a kick-ass mustache in that one. I just haven't done it in so long. I would like to do it. I would need to like get some coaching. The only I did a little sing. There's one episode I think where Ted is like cleaning his plants or something, and he's kind of singing a little opera. Yeah, in the condo. That is me singing. And they had a little ear thing in my ear so I could hear the songs. I couldn't remember it. But the opera singing, in the restaurant scene, I've told it before, but they gave me, I think about 2 weeks notice. 2 weeks ahead of that episode starting, they said, oh, and you need to be able to sing opera, which I've never done before. And so while we were still shooting, whatever free time I had, I went to this coach and learned how to sing that aria, and then we recorded it, and I thought it sounded really good, but Ron Cowan, who is an opera aficionado, listened to it and said, I don't think it's very good. So they found some 80-year-old guy to sing it and then dubbed it in. So that's not me singing, sadly. It's some 80-year-old opera singer guy. Thank you.
Thanks for taking the information.
But I would like to sing again someday, but I would need to kind of get
Whenever you
back
come
in
back
shape.
to Cologne once, there is big brass orchestras all the time.
Is there? Well, as long as there's a big brass orchestra behind me, that's fine.
No, not singing, playing the
Oh,
horn.
to play the horn. I'd have to get my lip back. I used to have a muscle on my lip. Did anybody play brass instrument here? Anyone play brass? No? You play piccolo, so you know the embouchure.
Oh, yeah.
But so you get this little ball of muscle that hangs. You look at pictures of me as a kid, I had this muscle like hanging out my lip there. And I was buff. I had a buff lip and it's all like flabby and middle-aged lip now. Yes, I will. I'll get on it. Thank you. If she's being edited.
Now we're going to you all have purchased tickets for the Coffee with Gail.
Oh, yes.
So he's going to be the hand to pick the number.
I'm going to pick the number. I'm going to be the hand that picks the number. I like that title. Hashtag
I don't know how
hand
do you
that
say
picks the
that?
number. Do you all have raffle tickets? Did everybody get raffle tickets? Whose number should I pick? Who will pay me the most? How much money you got? My dog needs a new collar. She's got very finicky taste. Are you ready? You got your numbers? Number for Coffee with Gail Harold, a new talk show on NBC. The first guest will be number 1.
Wow.
Number 4. 141. This is the worst raffle ever. That's so unsatisfying. Can I pick somebody else? No, they So, I don't even at least get the satisfaction of a woo! That's not satisfying. That's fake woo. You will let them know? Well, congratulations to number 141. Whoever they may be. Yeah. I'm sorry it's none of you. That was so sad. That was like bad sex. It was. Like, I'm like, are you one more time? Or you're like, I know bad sex. Hi, do you have a question or are you just holding that? Oh, I'm talking nonsense.
What, in your opinion, is the main message of Queer as Folk?
What is the main message of Queer as Folk? I think it's the speech that Ted made to Emmett in that See the Light episode about God loving us all and us all being created in His image. I mean, I think that sums up the whole series for me. Yeah. I mean, there's other themes about growing up and boys becoming men and things like that, but I think mostly it's, learning to love and accept yourself and not being ashamed of anything. And I think that speech kind of speaks to all that.
Why do you think that most of the fan base is female? Heterosexual.
Why is most of the fan base heterosexual female?
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think I mean, a big part of it is I think I spoke a little bit yesterday. I mean, I think, the romantic nature of the show, the love triangles and all those parts of it, I think really appeal to women. I think there's a difference between the fan base of the show and the fan base that's more vocal and comes to fan conventions. And I mean, I think there's still, I know at least when the show was on the air, at least half the audience was gay men who followed it rabidly. But I think as it's lived on, I think the romantic storylines of the piece, which make it, and I don't mean this in a pejorative way or in a negative way, that it's like a soap opera. And I think there's something about soap operas that appeals to women a little bit more. They're a little more open to that than men are sometimes. And then the naked stuff. I think the naked stuff has something to do with it. I think there's not a lot of TV shows where there's that many naked guys. I could be wrong. Maybe CSI or something.
Were there more body doubles used?
Were body doubles used?
You said.
I only had the one. The only body double was the one poor fellow from Mexico who got gangbanged for me, and was so honored. I will get gangbanged for you. Thank you.
So my question is, which series captures your interests?
Now that's on television. I mentioned that some the other day. I love the BBC Sherlock that's on the air. It's so rare though. It's only on every you get 3 episodes and then it's done, and then you have to wait 12 years. Breaking Bad, which just ended, I really loved. I like darker, complex kind of shows. And I'm always open to exploring new things. I just finished watching Top of the Lake, the Australian or New Zealand series, which I didn't love. I thought it was okay. I didn't love that one. You guys watch that show? No? It was alright. I don't know. I've been kind of bad with TV watching of late. But those are the things I gotta say. But I like the Downton Abbey only because it's just gotten crazier and more insane, and I keep trying to see if aliens are gonna land on it soon or something. Yeah, there's not a lot of American TV I'm not thrilled with. I keep looking for more stuff from across the ocean. Yeah. What else is there another raffle winner I can call out who won't be here? Hi.
Are there any other projects from your castmates that they've done that you wish you'd been able to do?
Things that they've done also that I could have done with them.
Or just that you're jealous of that you didn't get to be part of?
I'm jealous that Gail got to go ride a horse and be in a Civil War thing. I'm so fucking pissed about that. That I didn't get to do that. Yeah, I love. I mean, and that he got to be on Deadwood. Those are two of Gail's things I'm jealous of. Randy, what am I jealous of Randy? That he got to play a Munchkin in Wicked. I wish I could have been a Munchkin in Wicked. And Peter, yeah, I'd like to have my own TV show that I'm running. That would be okay. I don't know. I'm not. Yeah. I would say, yeah, truly, amongst all those things, really only like those two things of Gail's. I would have loved to have been part of Deadwood. I mean, I love that show, and I read a lot of history books. I like historical fiction and nonfiction, and so I'm jealous. I would like to be able to get to dress up and have a crazy mustache and ride a horse.
Have they worked with someone that you wish you get to work with?
Yeah, I would love to have worked. Gail did a play with Blythe Danner, who's a wonderful, wonderful actor. I would like to work with her someday. That would be neat. I think that's probably about it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who else they've all worked with. Yeah, I've been so lucky with the actors I've gotten to work with so far, including all my castmates. That I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question, though. I have to think about that some more. Hello.
Me again.
Hello.
The others are probably gonna get sick of me asking all the questions all the time.
They're big questions.
Actually, I started a comment again.
Yes.
I was supposed to say that when talking about 12 Angry Men, that every time I saw that mentioned, I just kept thinking about the 12 horny men in Kurt's But I guess the play was 50.
Our play was a little different than 12 Horny Men. Yes. Yes. No pants were ripped off at the end. I don't think the cast of my production of 12 Angry Men would be upset at me saying you wouldn't want most of them to tear their pants off at the end of the play. It was a wonderful cast. Some great actors. Does anyone know that play or seen the film 12 Angry Men? I don't know if it's such an American play. It's about a jury at a trial. No, but it's very, very exciting. Henry Fonda was in the film version back in the 50s, and it deals a lot with race. But the whole play takes place in a jury room with the 12 jurors trying to decide the fate of this kid who's been accused of stabbing his father to death. And at the beginning of the play, there's 11 jurors who vote for guilty and one who votes not guilty. And by the end of the play, they all end up changing their minds, and they almost send a kid off to die. He didn't deserve it, and so it's a very dramatic play. And we ended up doing the production I just did. We ended up splitting the jury so that half the jurors were white and half the jurors were black, which hadn't really been done before, and that kind of helped raise the racial tensions. But there's still a lot of that in the United States, even though we have an African American president. There's still a lot of racism in the state, and so we kind of wanted to deal with that, address that. But it was not like 12 Horny Men. I'm sorry. Zach O'Toole did not make an appearance. Zach O'Toole. When you watch the show, there's a time you just go, oh. Come on. Zach O'Toole. That guy was hilarious. I'm forgetting the actor's name, but he was so perfectly vapid in his ways. He was a good porn star. Not that I've known many. That's all the TV shows I like watching through porn.
Then actually my question. Sorry if this was already asked yesterday because I wasn't here. But are you do you think you will be in Bones again?
I'm hoping so. I haven't heard from them. They did get picked up for another season, which will be their 10th, which is amazing. I didn't know about this last episode, my third one, until about a month before we shot it. And actually, I found out originally they wrote the episode. It was a completely different episode. There was some magazine reporter who was coming down to the Jeffersonian to report on things, and they decided to switch it to my character instead, which is great. And there was an old sketch comedy show from Canada called SCTV. Did anybody ever used to watch SCTV? You know, Canadian. You like to watch SCTV? Dave Thomas, who was on that show, who was part of Bob and Doug McKenzie on the show. He's a writer on both, and he's a great he's one of my comic idols, this guy, Dave Thomas. If you don't know Dave Thomas, look up videos about Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis went on to do the Ghostbuster movies and all those things, and he used to be teamed up a lot on SCTV with Dave Thomas. Dave Thomas writes for Bones now, and he's one of Canada's treasures. So he wrote the episode I did, which I was so thrilled about. And there was a lot more good Canadian humor and jokes about Canadians in the show that didn't end up making it into the final episode that he wrote. But so I don't know. I mean, I know they like the character a lot. I think fans have kind of come to like him. So hopefully they'll bring him back. And I sure love doing that. He's a lot of fun.
At what point did you find out that Michelle was going to be in this movie?
I didn't find. I'm trying to think what I found. I mean, I read the script and I knew the characters. I think I saw her post something on Twitter or something, and I didn't realize. And I wrote her. I said, "Are you doing this next episode?" Yeah, that was really fun. So we didn't have any scenes together. We had one day where we were on set together at the same time, and she had just finished shooting her scenes when I was coming in. So we hung out in our trailers for a while. It felt like old times. But I thought she did a terrific job. And of course, she watched it. She's like, "Oh, that's terrible." Yes, you were terrible, Michelle. You're always terrible. She's amazing. Yes, thank you. Hello.
Hi. I assume you know the movie or heard about the movie Dallas Buyers Club.
Yes.
And since Matthew and Jared lost so many weight for their roles, I was wondering how far would you be willing to go for roles?
Very far. I mean, that's kind of exciting stuff to get to do. I mean, I was fortunate to get to do some of it, stuff like that with the Crystal Net storyline in Queer as Folk. I went on a really awful diet for that show that made me very grumpy and not nice to people for about 2 months because I lost about 10 pounds or more, and because I wanted to kind of similarly get as ugly looking as I could in terms of what the drug does to people. But yeah, I love transforming in whatever way it is to do it. So how extreme? I don't know. I don't think I would chop off a limb or anything. I'd like to keep my limbs if I could. Is that okay? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think stuff like that can really help you and inform your performance. And when you can look in a mirror and not see yourself there, it can kind of really help click you into something. So those are kind of gifts you can be given when you can do those kind of things. And yeah, I thought they were all terrific in that film. Have you all seen that film? Dallas Buyers Club? I thought it was wonderful. It was one of my favorites last year. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Bonjour.
I just wanted to ask you, what was your what was your best moment as an actor?
My best moment as an actor? I mean, I've had many, and they're all very different. I mean, there was a time that I was doing a play in Chicago years ago that was a student matinee of a play called The Chicago Conspiracy Trial, which was a dramatization of a trial of these activists back in the 1960s who were put on trial. And we did this student matinee, and the play was very much a docudrama. It felt like you were supposed to feel like you were sitting in at this actual trial, so people got frisked when they came into the theater. And there was one point in time, there were students who came that day from all over the city of Chicago. Chicago has many different parts. It's very segregated in parts. There's wealthy areas and very poor areas, and we had students from all over the city. And at the start of the second act of the show, there's a moment, a very kind of unifying moment where we had plants, we had actors sitting in the audience, kind of dressed as hippies, and they would all be kind of standing and holding hands while the actors on stage were reading the list of the names of dead U.S. soldiers and dead Vietnamese soldiers at the time of the Vietnam War. And it's a very moving moment. And there was one point in time I stood up to kind of read my name on the list, and I looked out in the audience, and all these students from all over the city who didn't know each other and were from completely different walks of life were all holding hands throughout the audience. And that moment when you do something and you can see it changing people and changing their perspective on life was really magic. I just started weeping in the middle of it because it was this very moving thing. And that's something I'll never forget because you get those reminders that as much fun as it is to just entertain people, and it's what's been wonderful about Queer as Folk too, is it's more than most television shows which you could go and do, and people will come up to me about Bo and say, oh, I love that show, and you're really funny on that and things. But people come up and thank you for doing Queer as Folk, that it changed their life somehow, that it helped them come out, that it helped their mother understand what they were going through, that it helped them feel like they knew a gay person where they didn't before, and want to do something to help equality. Those things you can do where you can actually change people's lives, those are the best moments. It's for me as an actor.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. That was really serious. Sorry.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Good.
What makes you seek about life around you?
What do I seek about life around me?
What makes you seek about life around you? I'm from Russia.
You are from Russia, but you're doing very well. I'm trying to think, what do I seek about life around me?
Yes.
Boy, you are Russian. Wow. Yeah.
About you, not about me.
No, not about you. I understand. No, it's a very deep question. You're making me think about life.
I like it.
I thought we're going to talk about penises and... I seek love and laughter around me in life. That's the best thing. You seek love and laughter. Is that what your question was about? What do I like to surround myself with? Or it might not understand your question. These will give it to me.
What makes you sick? Sick.
Oh, what makes me sick?
Sick.
What makes you sick about life around you? Oh, that is Russian. That's even more Russian than I thought. Yes, love and laughter makes me sick about life. I'm so glad I answered that question. Yeah. Wow, what makes me sick about life around me? Hold on. What makes me sick about life? You know what makes me sick about life? I will get Russia. I don't know what else to do. What made me sick about life is that it ends. Not quick enough. No. That some people have that they deserve better than somebody else. And I don't like guns. That makes me sick about life.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Scott.
Hello.
What's the main thing you don't like about living in LA?
We're going negative now. What don't I like about living in Los Angeles, California, on the western coast of the United States? Bullies. People who think they deserve better than other people. I don't like a lot of the driving. I don't like that the city's a little too spread out, that it can sometimes take me 6 months to see friends who live 5 miles away from me. That's probably the worst part. I just ended up moving recently because I'm a big star, you know? I lived up in the Hollywood Hills, where the stars live. I had a nice teeny little house. I felt like such a pretender that I had this little house up in the hills, but I got to say I lived in the Hollywood Hills. But I missed being able to walk places, and I just moved down into an area called Silver Lake. Peter lives about 2 blocks away from me, and it's a place you can park your car, ride my stupid Toronto bicycle, and walk everywhere. And I feel more like I live in a city again. And so I'm liking it a little bit better now because of that. But mostly, yeah, just how isolated you can get there because things are so spread out. But other than that, Los Angeles has so many wonderful things, and it's great to have so many escapes, you know, that you can go down to the ocean, you can go up into the mountains, you can, you know, just get away from things. And I really do love that about it. And it's nice that it feels like springtime there almost all the year. So it's really great for that. And my dearest friends, all my friends from Chicago, the majority of my friends from Chicago all live there. And that's mostly who I spend time with, as well as, you know, my Curtis Folk family. And so there's a lot of happiness there for me too. So I'll focus on the positive more. But there are some things, like any city, you know, there's things you don't like, and bullies and guns. And
How about the big one? Thank you.
how about the big one? Was that what was said? How about the big one? Why, thank you. Oh, the earthquake? You know,
You're not scared?
no. We just have, I mean, all the earthquakes have happened while I've been here, so I'm okay. No, I'm not scared of it. I mean, it may happen. It's been a long time since there's been one there, but you know, Sharon Gless's husband, Barney Rosenzweig, who's a wonderful producer. He and Sharon moved down to Florida a bunch of years ago, and Barney had lived in Los Angeles his whole life practically, 70 years or so he lived in Los Angeles. And I said, why did you move down to Florida? And he said it was for that very reason, because of the earthquakes. I said, yeah, but you moved down to Miami, Florida, where there's hurricanes every year. You know, and he said, well, at least they give you a warning when there's a hurricane. But, you know, I'd rather, you know, if I could go 10, 20 years not having an earthquake, I'd take that over having a hurricane every year. I don't know, it's a price of paradise. And I mean, I hope everyone will be safe when it happens, and, you know, that we're prepared, and all that. You know, I don't look forward to it, but I'm not going to live in fear of it. I mean, it's like anything. But yeah, we got a jolt just a couple days before I left here that woke me up at about 6 in the morning, and, you know, I just got the dog and the cat and climbed back into bed, and we were all fine.
Scott, this
Yes.
is the last question.
Okay, thank you, Lisa.
She was wondering if you were the producer of Waterfall, what would you make different, any changes? Or...
What would I change about Curtis Folk if I produced it? It would be called Ted. Brian would be the custodian in my building. What would I change about Curtis Folk? I don't know, it's hard. You know, the favorite seasons of the show for me, I'll say, were the first and the third season of the show. So I wish this series could have more consistently matched the tone of those years. I think there was a better blend of the real dark exploration of the soul and the humor. I felt the second season of the show, for me, was a little too jokey, a little too goofy. And I felt we got it back in the third season, and then the fourth and the fifth were pretty good too, but I don't know, I felt like there was something in the first season especially, maybe it's because we were all just really new to it, where it really crackled, and I felt like the majority of episodes that season had that great blend of tearing your heart out, and then also making you laugh the next second. I just would have worked harder to kind of, and that's easier said than done. I mean, it's hard to do 22 episodes, you know, a year. It's a lot to do, but I wish we could have captured that tone more consistently throughout the series. But I wouldn't have changed the cast for anything in the world. I think it's the best cast on television. Absolutely. And we got, you know, and even down to, you know, the guest stars on the show, you know, who were almost all Canadian. And most of them, you know, was their first time doing a television show. I mean, I thought everyone was extraordinary. I thought for sure at some point in time we got to be scraping the bottom of the barrel. I mean, we have to have gone through all the Canadian actors there are, and every single one was amazing. So I don't know. I think we got really lucky as far as that. And our crew was the best crew I've ever worked with on any project. So there's not much else I would have changed in terms of that. You know, I know people quibble with the ending, and everyone has their own kind of feelings about the ending. And I can't argue. I mean, Dan and Ron had their own vision of things, and I kind of get where they were coming from with that. And I don't know. So I don't want to second guess them on the ending, especially. I was happy with my ending. So anyway, thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. We'll see you more later.